What is happening, YouTubians? I hope you're all doing well. Can you tell that I just got out of bed? The eyes are a little bit puffy. And actually on that, can you guys see that? It is absolutely freezing here in Australia. You know that winter has finally kicked in when you've got that steam coming out of your mouth. But there is a reason why I'm outside. It's check-in day. And I've got to send my coach my check-in photos for the week. So this is about to come off. It's going to get a little bit colder. And I'm going to show you guys where I'm starting from this prep. It's cold. Alright, so it's been a pretty hectic morning so far. So I did my check-in photos for my coach, did my 20 minutes cardio. So I do it at home, incline fasted. With my cardio, I do it on a treadmill. I put the incline up to about 12 with the speed at about 5 to 5.5. I also keep my hoodie on to make sure that I do get that body heat up, get that heart rate up, making sure I am sweating. And one thing that I also do is make sure I take my watch off because I don't want the steps that I accumulate through my cardio to contribute to my overall daily step count. So I also do that. Also had meal one. I do 2 bagels with some smoked salmon and cream cheese. Now that it's Wednesday, it's also haircut day, so I'm currently sitting in front of the barber shop. Gonna get this mop cleaned up, gonna clean the beard up too. It's looking a little bit rough. So I'll get that done and then I will see you guys in the next clip. And we're back. Fresh fade is now fully in place. How do we go? How'd the barber go? I'm a big fan of it. Big fan of my barber. Great guy too. Knows how to cut my hair. So that's all been done now. Now it's time to train. So I'm about to down 2 scoops of this Primabolics grind, trying to keep my caffeine intake quite low. At the start of the prep, I know that I will need caffeine later on when things, when energy levels are low, when I need a little bit more of a kick to get into the gym and, get through my sessions. So that's why opting for the non-stim pre's now. So yeah, I'm going to down 2 scoops of this and then head to the gym and train some legs.
If you feelin', 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 if you feelin'.
Meal number 2 is about to go down. It's 4:30 and I'm running so behind on my meals, it's not funny. But what we got here is just tuna, rice, and some soy sauce. Nothing fancy, nothing special. I like to keep my foods nice and simple, to be honest with you. Now, I feel like anyone who's started a diet, gotten into the gym, or gotten into bodybuilding, or whatever it may be, everyone has had tuna, rice, and soy sauce at some point in their life. Now, for me, I enjoy the taste of it. It's quick, it's easy, it's cheap to make, so that's definitely a staple in my diet. But I've got a question for you guys. I don't know if this is just me, but I feel like anyone that's gotten into the gym, or anyone's gotten into training, or anyone that's gotten into meal prep can all vouch for me on this one. But surely I can't be the only one that does this. When you're home, are you in that much of a routine that you'll even eat your meals out of a Tupperware container, even though you got access to a million bowls and plates in your kitchen? Because I feel like I've been doing this for so long, so it's just habit for me to grab the Tupperware container. But surely I can't be the only one that does this. So if you do this too, make sure to let me know in the comments because, yeah, I can't be alone on this one. So anyway, I'm going to smash this down and start playing catch up on these meals. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love coming home to parcels and deliveries and packages. It's actually really, really exciting. And ever since finding Amazon Prime, my life has been absolutely changed. Like, I'm not a massive online shopper, but ever since finding them, I reckon I'm getting deliveries like every single week. So I've been waiting for these things to come for a couple of days now. and they're finally here. So let me show you. So this is actually one of my small deliveries, but let's crack them open and let's see what toys I've got. So the first bad boy that I've picked up is this thing right here. So what it is, it's a brand new tripod. I do have 2 tripods already, so this is going to be one that I've added to the collection. But the thing is, a couple of my tripods are a little bit flimsy. I've got one tripod for my phone, I've got a different tripod for my camera, whereas this tripod allows me to hook up both my camera and my phone to the same tripod. So I can get rid of those 2 tripods and just use this one here. The second thing I picked up are these beauties. So they're replacements for my Beats. Now I've had my Beats for a couple of years now. The padding is getting a little bit worn. I actually never knew that you could just replace this part of our headphone. I honestly thought once they were gone, you needed a new pair. So good to find these, and I'll chuck these on tonight so that they're ready to use for tomorrow's session. The next one is this bad boy right here, glutathione. So glutathione is an antioxidant. It helps reduce oxidative stress. During prep, you put your body through a lot of stresses, through training, through diet, through a lot of different things. This will help lower that stress, and I'm all for health, so threw that in as well. And last but not least is something that this is probably what I've been most excited for this whole time, and that is I've picked up some brand new microphones. So what these are the Rode Wireless Go 2 microphones. So you've probably seen a lot of people who clip those little microphones to their shirts or to their hats. Definitely improves the sound quality, and we all know for YouTube, sound quality is a big one. If your sound's crap, no one's going to watch the videos. So I've picked those up too. I can get rid of my video microphone. So what I've got at the moment is like that little fluffy bunny tail on top of my camera. I can get rid of that. I'll probably still use it, to be honest with you, but I'll definitely be utilizing those a lot more. So I'm so excited to up the quality of these YouTube videos. And if it's something as small as the sound, I'm going to do it. So as you guys can see, well, hopefully you guys can see, I've actually just brought myself a new lens. In the previous vlogs, you could probably tell that I was a little bit more cropped out when taking my videos, but now I thought I'd make the investment, bite the bullet, and get myself a brand new lens so that you guys are able to experience a little bit more of a wider view, and it's not too cropped out from, I don't want you guys to see just the top of my forehead up into my chin. Give you guys a bit of a scenery to have a look at when watching these vlogs. Now at the moment I'm sitting in front of Coles, and for all you non-Australians out there, Coles is one of the big chain supermarkets here down under. At the moment I'm completely out of the foods that I need, so I thought it was a perfect opportunity to take the camera out, bring you guys in, and show you guys exactly what I'm eating 16 weeks out of my first show. Well, let's hope no one tells me off for having my camera, but we're gonna have to see. Let's go. So I reckon that could have probably been the quickest shop that I have done in a very, very long time. I reckon other preps, I would have dawdled, I would have gone through every single aisle, seeing what I could have had after prep was done. But this time, and this prep I've noticed especially, I've got my list of foods that I need. I go in, I get what I need, I know where they are, and I get straight back out. And that's a great tip for you guys. Go into the supermarket with a plan of attack. Don't go in there not knowing what you're gonna get. No, don't go in there and try and wing your meal plan for the week. Definitely write out what you're gonna have on a Sunday. Plan what you're gonna do, then go to the grocery store and get what you need. Saves a lot of time, saves a lot of temptation, because you're going straight in, you're going straight out. You're not going through all the aisles, you're not checking the lolly and the chocolate aisle. And now I'm gonna head back to the casa and I'll show you guys what I got. Hello. Now that I've got everything laid out nice neatly on the table, it's time to run you through the nitty gritties of what I'm currently consuming 16 weeks out. Now let's start off with the protein sources, and there is one thing missing here, which is a staple in my diet, which is whey protein. Now the reason I opt for the WPC over the WPI is purely because I use the protein in a lot of my cooking. And if you've experienced it before, if you do use a WPI in your cooking, it doesn't tend to deal well with the higher temperatures and tends to curdle a lot easier. And that's the main reason why I go for the WPC, to prevent that curdling. Now let's get into what I've got on the table. We're starting off with the 5% lean beef mince. Now I know the 5% is the leanest that you can get in Australia. There are other alternatives if you do want something leaner in the form of chicken mince or turkey mince, but for me I like the taste of the 5% lean mince. So that's a staple in my diet, and I basically use this year round. Now another protein source that I use are chicken breast fillets. Now, the reason why I go for the chicken breast is because, again, it is quite lean, and if I need to allocate fats to other meals or other items, I can do that too. Now, the beauty with chicken breast fillets is you can marinate it in so many different ways. You can use a whole heap of different herbs and spices and make the chicken breast taste completely different one week after the next. But if you are short on time and you are someone like me who's all about convenience, and they do sell marinated chicken breast fillets and chicken tenderloins, I'm pretty sure, at Coles and Woolies. I think they come in a Lebanon herb and a Malaysian style skewer, and they're quite low in calories. So if you can't be bothered marinating it yourself, go for one of those options. Now, another staple in my diet is tuna. Tuna's quick, it's easy, it tastes good, comes in a variety of different flavors, so get yourself some tuna too. And last but not least, smoked salmon. Now, I love the taste of smoked salmon. It's also rich in omega-3s, so we do need essential fatty acids in our diet too. So it's great to chuck some smoked salmon in there as well. Now, moving into the carb sources. So there are a couple of things that I use for my carb sources. Got to mention again, something that I haven't included here is my rice flour. So for a lot of people from overseas, you guys would refer to it as cream of rice. Unfortunately, in Australia, we don't have cream of rice here. And if you do import it here, it is quite expensive. So we have rice flour, which is basically just blended up jasmine rice in a powder form or in a flour form. So it's nice and easy to mix with water, chuck it in the microwave, cook it up, it turns into a cream of rice. Pretty much identical to what you guys have overseas. Now, the other forms of carbs that I use, starting with bagels. I love the taste of bagels. They're my go-to. I was big on white bread or wholemeal bread, but since discovering bagels, it has changed my life. So bagels are a staple for my breakfast. Number 2 is jasmine rice. Jasmine rice is another thing that I use year round. Love the taste of it. I usually opt for jasmine rice over other forms of rice. Don't get me wrong, there is no difference between jasmine rice, basmati rice, brown rice. End of the day, just choose something that you enjoy. Choose something that you like the flavor of. Number 3, coconut basmati rice. Now, this is great because it's flavored. Again, as prep gets deeper, I may need to cut these out because they do have a little bit of fat in it, and I may need to resort to cooking my own rice. But for the time being, I like the convenience of the microwave cups, and like I said earlier, I don't like spending too much time in the kitchen. So by grabbing quick and easy items like the basmati rice, like the tuna cans, and as well as the bagels, the less time I can spend in the kitchen cooking and prepping my meals, the better it's going to be. And lastly, I've got myself some brioche buns. Now, a lot of people would be thinking, why are they brioche buns? You're in a competition prep. Brioche buns, surely they're bad. And to be honest, no, they're not. I mean, because of the leaner forms of protein that I do use, I am able to allocate some fats into a tastier brioche. So again, that's something that I'm going to utilize for the time being, but if calories do get dropped and fats do get lower, it may be something that needs to be replaced. And the last 2 items that you can see on the table are my light Philadelphia. So with the Philadelphia, as you can probably guess, I do incorporate that into my bagel with the bagel and the smoked salmon. Just makes things taste a little bit better. If I were to do the bagel and the smoked salmon on its own, it would probably be quite dry. So by incorporating the light Philadelphia, it is a lot lower in fat compared to the standard Philadelphia. So that's why that is in there. And then last but not least, I've got my 70% dark chocolate. Now, I'm a bit of a sweet tooth, so I like looking forward to that. At the end of the day, dark chocolate is also a great form of antioxidants. So if you have the space in your calories, definitely throw some dark chocolate in there. Now, in terms of the fruits that I'm currently consuming, I get that in the form of mixed berries. So I try to go for about 200 to 300 grams of fruit per day. It's essential to hit micronutrient targets too. It's all good and well if you hit macronutrient targets, but if you're lacking in the micronutrient target, that is a recipe for disaster. You don't want to be getting deficient in certain micronutrients. So that's why it's important to incorporate things like berries and fruits. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Where the hell are the veggies? And you can rest assured that I do consume veggies throughout my day. There are a few ways that I incorporate my vegetables. First, in my burger, so I do incorporate lettuce and tomato, even though lettuce is quite expensive and hard to find at the moment, which is quite shocking, to be honest with you. The price of lettuce in Australia is like $11 or $12 for one of those heads of lettuce. It's almost like the toilet paper saga. People are like bulk buying just to make sure that they don't miss out on the lettuce. But it's nuts, the price of it. Hopefully the price of lettuce does come down really soon. I also have a bag of steamed veggies with that burger. So like I said earlier, convenience is what I'm after. So getting those steamed bag of veggies, chucking in the microwave for a minute or so, heating them up and having that alongside my burger is a great way for me to get my greens in. And last but not least, I also have peas with my coconut rice and my chicken breast fillet, which I consume post-workout. But now moving into the details of when I have my meals and what I put together. Meal number one is usually my breakfast. So I have a bagel with some smoked salmon and some cream cheese. Meal number two is my pre-workout meal, where I have the tuna as well as a cup of the Jasmine Rice. Meal number three is typically my post-workout meal, and I'll go some chicken breast with some coconut rice and those peas. Meal number four is typically my dinner, and that's where I'll go with the burger with the lettuce, tomato. I also top that with mustard and the Heinz salt and sugar reduced ketchup, which is a great little addition for those who love their tomato sauce, or as we call it in Australia, better not say that, someone might get offended. But if you're Aussie, you know what we call tomato sauce. So that's my dinner. And then for my pre-bed meal or my dessert, cream of rice, mixed berries, scoop of protein powder, and I'll top that with my dark chocolate. So that's what I consume on a daily basis, 16 weeks out. I know some of these things may need to be changed and altered throughout the prep. So for the time being, I'm gonna keep enjoying these meals. Keep making them tasty, keep making them fun, keep making it enjoyable. So I'm gonna leave this vlog here. Thank you so much for staying until the end. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Also hit the notification bell to stay up to date with my prep season 2022. And I will see you guys in the next vlog.